and they're going to help us out for as long as they want to. So let's begin standing. Coming to our mountain pose. Big toes touching, heels separated 1 inch. Shoulders rolled up, back, and down. Palms are forward. I haven't figured out how to do all of my camera angles yet. So right now you're only going to get the bottom half of my body. Ribs lifted away from the pelvis. Unlock your knees, press thighs together. Slight tuck in the tailbone. Lifting the chest. Lining up ears over our shoulders, growing, reaching the crown of the head up. Slowing our breathing. One more breath. Exhale as we reach forward. Inhale as we drop our arms, sweep back, gaze up to salute. Exhale as we dive all the way down. Inhale, lifting torso halfway up as we lengthen and strengthen our lower back. Plant both hands into the floor. Step the legs back to high plank. Lower into your elbows for low plank. Come to upwards facing dog. Stretch the belly. Pull with your toes. Downward facing dog. Let's go ahead and cycle out those legs. Stretching the calves. Stretching our hamstrings. When you're ready, drive both heels into the floor. Knees are unlocked. Arches are relaxed. Chin away from chest. Ears are in line with our arms. Shoulders are lifted away from the head. Belly button to spine. Keep breathing. One more breath. Inhale, gaze forward between your thumbs. Exhale, feet forward. Inhale, lifting torso halfway up. Exhale, hug the legs. Inhale, open arms wide, come all the way up to salute. Again, sun salutation A as we dive, folding all the way down. Lift halfway up on an inhale. Take your feet back on an exhale. Go to low plank. Ribs are into the elbows. Upward facing dog. Stretch the belly. Downward facing dog. Heels are into the mat. Push out of your wrists. Reach armpits for the floor. Chin away from chest as we breathe. Shoulders away from ears.
I can't do shoulders away from ears.
That's okay.
So I have to do it right here.
One more deep breath here. Inhale, gaze forward.
Oh wait, are we gonna do stand-ups?
Exhale, feet forward. No, we're going to do a lot more. Lifting halfway up. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, come up to salute. One more time, sun salutation A as we dive, lubricating our shoulders on the way down. Lifting halfway up to strengthen our lower back. Plant those hands. Let's take the feet back. High to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Heels are into the mat. The arches are relaxed. Knees are soft. Tail is reaching for the sky. The belly button is to your spine. Armpits are reaching for the mat. No wrinkles in the back of the wrist. Fingers are spread wide.
Ow. I can't do that.
Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, feet forward. Lifting halfway up to jackknife. Fold all the way down.
I'm waiting for the button.
Open arms wide, come up to salute. And release arms next to your sides, coming back to mountain pose. Catching your breath. Resetting the body. Don't forget to fix your outfit. Fix your hair. Catching our breath in this position as we lengthen the spine. Lifting toes off the mat, sending weight into our heels. Let's take a deep bend in the knees. Hands sweep the floor so we know we're sitting deep enough, hands to heart center. Those knees are back over our ankles. The belly is lifted to the spine. The tail is slightly tucked to protect your lower back. And palms are actively pressed together to strengthen our shoulders and our biceps. If you can, extend your arms in line with ears towards the upward diagonal. Inhale, hands to heart center. Exhale, left elbow over the opposite knee as we twist our chair.
I'm just waiting for the lay down. You are a chair. I cannot do it. If I do that, I would explode.
Twisting deeper. Exhale through center. Deep breath in. Twisting right elbow over the knee. Balancing the knees, sending your hips in the same direction you're looking.
The bear's doing it. The bear's doing it. He's doing the exact right thing.
Twisting deeper. Exhale through center. Inhale, expand, collapse. Lengthen the legs, lengthen spine. Let's take our feet back for vinyasa. High to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Adding on to our sun salutation B, right leg lifts. And step that foot forward, drop the back heel to 45. Torso lifts, reach for the sky. Open out, warrior two. Arms open out to your sides. Back arm comes up and around. Find the floor, step it back. High to low plank. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Left side step. Forward, drop the back heel. Inhale, lift the torso up, warrior one. Open out, warrior two. Back arm comes up and around for a windmill. Step it back, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Holding this downward facing dog, or we drop our knees, drop our forehead, and hold in child's pose. Meeting in downward facing dog. Gazing forward. Exhale, feet forward. Inhale, lifting halfway up. Exhale, folding all the way down. Come to chair. Last time, and then we're going to slow our poses down, okay? Expand and collapse. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale to low plank. Inhaling, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step.
Smashing his face.
Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, open, warrior two. Inhale, windmill. Exhale, low plank. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Left leg lifts. Step. Torso lifts. Step. Windmill. Step it back, high to low. Inhaling up. Exhale down. Holding this downward facing dog, or we come to child's pose. Yeah? Drop here and rest. Meeting in a downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, feet forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen.
What's this left stuff?
Exhale, fold and hug.
Oh,
Opening arms wide, let's come all the way up to salute. And release our arms next to our sides for mountain pose. That was our warm up. Now we're gonna slow our poses down to about 30 seconds a piece. So we're gonna slow it down a lot. We're gonna breathe more. If you guys need to take breaks, that's okay. Come back when you want.
I don't.
That's okay. All right. One deep breath here. We're gonna take our arms out. Big sweep down, back and up. Exhale as we dive. Inhale, lifting halfway up to strengthen the back. Take our hands to the floor and our feet back to high plank. We're gonna hold our high plank here. Hips are level with our shoulders, and we're sending energy through our heels to straighten the backs of our legs. The belly is lifted. Like an angry little porcupine just walked underneath of you. Waddle, waddle, waddle. And then it gets mad. So you want to keep that belly lifted away from your porcupine. The arms are actively pushing away from the floor. Hands are right underneath those shoulders. Keep pushing away from the floor. Chin is away from your chest. No wrinkles in the back of the neck. Lift that belly a little bit more. Deep breath in. Lower into your elbows for low plank. We can hover the hips. We can drop the knees. We can come to an elbow plank and drop the knees. Just keep hovering those hips. Push out of your shoulders. Chin away from chest. Holding here. Breathe. One more. And release. Staying on those elbows. Lifting the chest. Lift your belly button away from the floor. Zip the legs together. This is our Sphinx. Stay here or separate your palms, mat width apart. Lift your elbows off the mat. This is Cobra. Keep that belly button lifted away from the floor. Only your pubic bone is down. Option to bring your hands closer to your hips. Elbows are squeezing into the ribs, and we lift all the way up to an upward facing dog. The chest sends forward. No wrinkles in the back of the neck. Deep breath in. Pull with your toes. Downward facing dog. Right leg lifts. Let's hold it here and set our three-legged dog. Firm flex in that flying foot as we point it straight down. The flying hip is also looking straight down at the mat. Pushing out of our shoulders, out of our wrists. Chin away from chest, ears are in line with arms. Reaching a little further through that heel, deep breath in. Exhale, let's sweep the foot forward. Drop the back heel to 45. The torso comes up. Retracting right hip so that we can square our hips, ribs, and shoulders with the front edge of our mat. Our arms come up. Ears are over our shoulders. Arms are in line with our ears. Palms are facing each other. And the fingers are spread wide. Pressing thighs towards each other. Using internal rotation here of those thighs. Option to lift the back heel to challenge your balance. Retuck the tail. Let's take the chin up. Repress those shoulders down. The belly is tight, the glutes are active. Deep breath in. Drop the back heel. Let's open out, warrior two. Front thigh is parallel to the floor if you can get it. The tail is tucked, the belly is tight, the shoulders are down. Sinking a little deeper, front palm turns up. Support the head. Let's go for a side bend down the back leg for Peaceful Warrior. Top elbow is reaching for the sky. Soft touching those back fingers. If you don't need them, go ahead and take them to a half bind. It's okay to keep using those fingers on the leg to help support the torso. Top elbow is reaching for the sky. We're finding length and space between each of the ribs on the right side body as we lunge. We maintain that deep lunge in the right knee. Lifting right elbow higher, deep breath in. And release, opening out, arms out to our side walls. Same arm as our front leg goes behind the back. Opposite arm reaches forward. Let's take that arm around our head. Lifting left elbow towards the sky for a gentle back bend. Peaceful Warrior with twist. Maintain that deep lunge in your front knee.
Just pull there in case you fall down.
Thanks.
Tell me when you're done stretching. I will.
Lifting the chest higher, deep breath in. And release. Rabbit arms behind the back as we lunge a little deeper into that front knee. Bow, shoulder to the knee for Humble Warrior. Chin away from chest, flatten that back out. No wrinkles in the back of the neck. Hips are lower than your head so that you don't pass out here.
There we go, baby.
Deep breath in. And release. Let's send over our front leg. Fly your left leg, hands to heart center for Warrior 3.
There we go.
Keep those toes pointing down, the flying hip looking down. If you're ready, extend one or both arms in line with your ears towards the front of the room. Deep breath in, reaching through that flying heel. And release to Vinyasa. High to low plank. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Left leg lift, hold here, set your three-legged dog. Firm flex in that flying foot. Toes and hip are looking straight down.
Right here. You'll cross the room.
Deep breath in. And sweep the foot forward, drop back, heel to 45. Let's lift the torso up. For Warrior 1. Ears over shoulders, arms in line with ears. Left hip is retracted, our thighs are pressing towards the midline. Tuck that tail, support your lower back. Lifting the back heel to challenge your balance. Back leg is straight. Lifting chin to the sky, shoulders are down. Deep breath in. Open the arms, open your stride. Warrior 2. Finding that deep lunge in the front knee. Chin to your front shoulder, gazes over middle finger of the front hand. Deep breath in, sink deeper. Front palm turns up, wrap the head. Let's take a gentle side bend down the back leg for Peaceful Warrior. Left elbow is reaching up. Deep lunge in that front knee.
You don't tell me what to do. Sit it at behind your safe, trying to protect you.
Top elbow reaches up a little higher. And release. Let's come to peaceful warrior with twist. That left hand behind the back into half bind. Right arm reaches forward. Attack the head for support. Right elbow reaches up, lifting the ribs towards the sky. The belly is tight. Engage your glutes for support. Lunge into that front knee. Push out of the back foot. Top elbow reaches higher and release. Let's take hands behind the back into rabbit arms. Lift those hands towards the sky as we bow. Left shoulder to left knee. Head is higher than the hips. The belly is lifted, chin away from chest, no wrinkles in the back of the neck. Deep breath in. Let's send everything forward over that front foot for warrior 3. Flexing the flying foot, pointing those toes down. Hands to heart center. I'm not feeling super balanced today, so I'm using my hands on the floor. If you have blocks, bring your blocks in. Use them for balance. Reaching through that flying heel and release to vinyasa. High to low plank, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Right leg lifts. Let's take a big step forward. Coming out to our warrior 2 position, and we bring in our blocks. I'm gonna try to locate mine very quickly. Bringing our blocks in, to each side of our front foot to their highest level. We're gonna go into our warrior 2 lunge. So back foot is at 90 degrees. This prevents us from sliding. The front toes are directly forward. Lunging deep into that warrior 2, so our front thigh is parallel to the floor if you can get it. Our front hand, that right hand, descends to your block. Back arm reaches along that ear line towards your upward diagonal. Holding here, chin to top shoulder, slight rotation of the chest towards the ceiling. Feel free to go to half bind or full bind if it feels good here. I'm gonna hold here. Keep breathing. Sinking those hips a little deeper. And exhale, release. Coming to high lunge, so we come to our highest blocks, deep lunge in that front knee. Thigh is parallel to the floor. Knee is over the ankle. Back heel comes off the mat, and I'm going to send energy through that heel to straighten the back leg. Lifting out of my shoulders. The back is straight, my belly is in. Option to climb up onto the leg. Pressing thighs towards the midline, hands to heart center, or take your arms way up. I'm actually going to stay down on the gentlest level to take care of my body during this turbulent and stressful time. I'm not going to push too hard today. So staying down, lifting out of those shoulders, chin away from chest. Deep breath in. release back knee to the floor and the top of the back foot. We cheat our front foot forward and sink our hips into heart to sky pose. The priority here is to get a stretch in the front of the back hip. So sinking in, enjoying this stretch, but engaging my psoas, my core, so that I lift out by an inch, not letting myself go too deeply into the stretch. Option to walk your blocks in line with your hips to help lift the chest up towards the sky. Maybe going to rabbit arms behind the back or taking arms in line with ears. Again, I'm gonna keep myself in the gentlest level here. Just finding that hip stretch. Deep breath in. And release, lifting your hips out. We're gonna go into lizard now. Again, I'm going to stay in the gentlest version, but I will lead you into more complicated versions of this posture. So hands to the inside of the front foot. We roll to the outside of the front foot. Dropping the elbows. Outside, then inside. Come to the ball of the back foot. Lift your back knee. Boxing out your arms, inside arm, underneath the front leg. Drop the leg, extend the foot forward. Again, I'm going to stay in the most gentle version. I'm going to drop my elbows. Roll to the outside of my front foot. Leave my back knee on the floor. Deep breath in, flatten out that back, lift the belly, and release. Lifting the torso, I'm going to flatten out my front foot. Drop the back knee. Left shoulder opens, twisting towards the front leg, hands to prayer, prayer to heart center. Draw the belly in, make room for your leg. Option to press into the ball of the back foot, lift the back knee. I'm going to stay down here. Shoulders away from ears. Use your side bodies to pull shoulder blades towards your hips. Stack shoulder blades. Chin to top shoulder. Inhale, twist deeper. And exhale, release to vinyasa. High to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left leg lifts. Let's take a big step forward. Bring in those blocks onto each side of the front foot. And we come up into our warrior two. Back foot is at 90. Deep lunge in that front knee. Left hand to our inside block. Back arm reaches along our ear. Slight rotation of the chest towards the ceiling, gazing up at top thumb. Feel free to go to half bind, full bind if you're feeling it today. Deep breath in and release to high lunge. Back heel comes off the mat. Pressing thighs towards your midline. Straighten that back leg. Hanging out here, feel free to climb up onto that front knee. Both hands to heart center. Or extend your arms in line with your ears towards the ceiling. No wrinkles in the back of the neck. Press shoulders down away from ears. Deep breath in. Exhale, release back knee to the floor, the top of the back foot. Keep the front foot forward to let our hips slide and stretch. Holding here, or walk your blocks back in line with your hips. Press in to lift the chest up. Feel free to take rabbit arms or extend your arms in line with ears. I'm going to stay here in the most gentle version, pressing out of my shoulders and sinking my hips. Sinking the hips a little bit more, deep breath in. And release. I'm going to bring my blocks to the inside of my front foot. Place the palms on those blocks, roll to the outside of the front foot. Stay here or drop your elbows, outside then inside. Stay here or lift the back knee. Stay here or box out your inside arm underneath that front leg. When you're ready, if you're ready, extend that front leg forward. Again, I'm holding here in the most gentle version, taking care of my body. Flattening out the back, enjoying the stretch of my hips. Deep breath in and release. Flattening out that front foot, right shoulder opens, we twist towards the front knee. Hands to prayer. The belly is in, making room for our leg to come in. Option to press into the ball of the back foot. Lift your back knee. Twisting deeper. And release to vinyasa. Right leg lifts. Take a big step forward, coming again out to warrior two and setting up for triangle. One block to the inside of our front foot. And then setting up our block 18 inches in front of our front foot and in line with pinky toe for a half moon when we get there. Making sure our stride is as wide as a warrior two. Back foot is at 90, preventing sliding. Just straighten the front knee, arms are open. The front hip slides towards the back edge of the mat. Ribs slide over your front toes. Front hand descends to your block. Left arm reaches for the ceiling. Chin to top shoulder. Pressing the pelvis forward and leaning torso back. Actively reaching left arm towards the sky. Pushing out of our bottom hand. If you want to bat your block away, feel free. Again, I'm holding here. In the gentlest version, unlock those knees, guys. Pressing pelvis forward even more. Deep breath in. And release. Soften that front knee. Let's tilt, land your front block. Fly the back leg for half moon. Pulling that flying hip over the grounded one. The flying shoulder over the grounded one. Deep breath in and release. Back foot down to a short stride and a 45-degree angle. Let's bring both of our blocks in. Retracting the right hip to make room. Flattening out the back, chin away from chest. Balancing the hips, trying not to sink into either one. pushing out of our shoulders. Option to take hands to heart center or extend arms in line with ears. Pulling right hip back a little bit more. Deep breath in. And release. Left hand to your block. Right hand grabs the tail of your shirt. Let's press into that block, pulling the right hip back as we stack our shoulder blades. Option to take right hand to the sky if it feels okay. If not, let's leave that hand here on our tail. Flatten out the back. Twisting deeper and release. I think that's the last one in that series. Let's go to Vinyasa. Left leg lifts. Let's take a big step forward, coming out to warrior two on this side. One block to the inside of this front foot. One block 18 inches in front and in line with pinky toe. Sinking into our warrior two to measure our stride. Straighten the front knee. Left hand descends, our hips slide back. Our ribs slide forward. Left hand descends to the block. Right arm reaches up as we press the pelvis forward. Lean the torso back. Unlock that front knee, guys. Chin to top shoulder. We gaze up at top thumb. Push out of the bottom block. Maybe bat it away. Breathing, opening the chest, reaching for that ceiling. Deep breath in, pressing the hips a little further forward. Exhale, release. Soften the front knee. Land your front block, half moon. Working to stack our hips, to stack our shoulders. Eyes are on the block to find your balance. Deep breath in, reaching through the heel. And release it down to a short stride and a 45-degree angle. We bring our blocks in to the highest level. Our stride is shorter than a warrior one. Pushing out of the blocks to lengthen our back, flatten it out. Let the front of your torso be as long as the back. Chin away from chest here, retracting our left hip. Keep that back foot turned out. Option to take hands to heart center. To take one or both arms in line with ears. Flattening out the back even more. Deep breath in. Exhale. Right hand to your block. Left hand grabs the tail of your shirt. Retract that left hip. Let's twist, stacking shoulder blades over your right hand. Chin to top shoulder. Twisting deeper and release to Vinyasa. Dropping to our knees. Bringing our blocks in behind the knees, but in front of the hips. palms are flat on the blocks. We're gonna press in to straighten our arms, lift out of your shoulders, press into the tops of your feet. Let's lift our knees up into our chest, round your back. Deep breath in, knees a little higher, and release to balance scale. Let's bring in our feet, crossing the ankles. If you come to half lotus, it makes it easier. Full lotus makes this a lot easier. We're gonna bring in our blocks. Behind our knees, but in front of our ankles. Pressing into those blocks, and straightening the arms, lifting knees up into the chest, holding here. Lifting the knees higher and release it down. Let's come to reverse table. Feet on the floor. Separated ankle with a hip width apart. So it's about the width of a block. If you don't have your blocks with you, then fists will work. 2 fists will work. We're going to plant our palms behind us. Fingers are pointing towards your hips, and this helps to align your wrists as well as those elbows and shoulders. Yeah, let's slide the shoulder blades together, lifting the chest. Pressing into your feet, relax the toes and arches. Let's lift the pelvis up. Let your hips be higher than your knees, your chest be higher than your shoulders. Resist dropping that head back. Instead, use this opportunity to strengthen your neck all the way around. Keep your eyes on the ceiling. Hold here. Option to extend your legs long to reverse plank. Lifting the pelvis higher for 3, for 2, for 1. Release. Let's come to boat. Holding the backs of our knees. Shins are floating. Option to release your hands. To straighten your legs. Or to separate the ankles, send your hands through center for open boat. Spine is at a diagonal. The chest is lifted. Lifting the feet higher. 3, 2, 1. Release to bound angle. Bottoms of feet together. Draw the heels in. Right wrist to right knee. Left arm reaches. Big sweep. I plant just my fingertips as I lift chest away from my right knee. Actively pressing knees towards the floor by engaging my thighs. Sending my weight off of my tailbone. Twisting deeper. And release. Other side, left wrist to left knee. Right arm reaches, big sweep. Plant your fingertips, lift your chest away from the knee. Use your thighs. Activate them, press knees towards the floor. Twisting deeper. And release. If you have your blocks with you, go ahead and bring them in. If you don't, that's okay. With the blocks, we're going to flex our toes. Place the blocks against your flexed toes, 1 or 2, depending on how flexible your hips are today. Grabbing a hold of the end that's farthest away from you. Maintain your long torso here. Yeah, as you bow down. Dropping your elbows to the blocks maybe. Keep the back long, the front long. Let your knees press into the floor. Use your thigh muscles. Deep breath in. Go ahead and take your elbows off of the blocks onto the floor. Deep breath in. And release. Let's block it in. Right knee, right foot over left knee. Left shoulder opens as we twist over our top knee. Grabbing on to the nearest foot, nearest hip. Soft touch in those back fingers. So we lift our chest into our twist. Chin to back shoulder. Belly button to spine. If you know the twist, feel free to take it. Twisting deeper. And release. Other side. Left foot over the opposite knee. Shoulder opens as we take it over the knee, grabbing the nearest foot or hip to pull ourselves deeper into the twist. Soft touch in the back fingers, chin to back shoulder. The belly is in to make room for your leg. If you know the twist, feel free to take it. Twisting deeper and release. Let's lie back for inversion. I'll lead you through bridge. Feel free to do anything else as long as you're safe. Take it easy on your bodies. You haven't worked out with me in over a week, so you may be a little rusty, it may a little stiff, little out of practice. So if you aren't as successful today as you were a couple of weeks ago, the last time we worked together, go easy on yourself. That's how your body is feeling today, and that's okay. Next week or next time you practice with me, you may be better, you may not, and that's okay as well. Let's go ahead and lie back for bridge. I'm going to take my feet this way this time. So lying back, my feet are close enough for my heels, for my fingers to touch my heels. Chin away from chest. Arms are next to my sides, palms are down. Pressing into my feet, my shoulders and the back of my head, lifting my pelvis off the mat. Let your breakfast sink down. Cheat shoulder blades together, lace fingers together. Send energy through knees to lift those hips a little higher. Chest reaches in the opposite direction as your knees. Chin away from chest, swallow. Lifting pelvis higher for 3, for 2, for 1, and release it down. Let's go for a modified fish to treat our bodies well. Taking a block near the top of your mat, coming to a bound angle, seated position, bottoms of feet together. We lie back, placing that block between our shoulder blades. Let your head fall over the edge. Palms are up. Taking a moment to reset the neck, to open the chest, to relax the hips. Coming up and over into a child's pose. Knees together. Grab a hold of your heels, take forehead to the floor. With eyes closed, sit back onto heels with hands to heart center. Namaste. Have a great day, guys.